What's going on, y'all? In this video, food is fuel and water is electricity. So I kind of want to make a little video about diet and nutrition, what we consume and what we intake. Clearly, so much of my content is about what you visually and mentally consume rather than what we eat. Because I'm not here to tell you what the fuck to do. I'm not here to tell you what to eat. I'm not here to tell you what not to eat. I'm not here to tell you to eat healthy, whatever that means. I'm not here to tell you you need to be eating steak and eggs every morning and twice and 3 times a day. So yeah, it's a lot of dietary people, nutritionists, all type of shit on the internet. But the main thing, y'all, food is fuel and water is electricity. So let's start with water. Water is very important. Clearly, it fucking sustains life. Clearly, you can't go too much longer than like 5 to 7 days without drinking water. Probably less for a lot of us. But yeah, that water, the main thing that's going to sustain life. You can go like 40 days without eating food, I've heard. But water, you need you some water. So yeah, it's electricity because basically we got electrical currents in our brain. Our neurons, neuroplasticity, protons, neutrons, electrons, firing and wiring, thoughts that fire together, wire together, all of those type things. Basically, we are this whole conduit of energy, even the kundalini within us. That's just your spiritual energy from the base of your spine, your sexual energy, then it raises up and goes through your brain in a cyclical manner. But if you don't got no water, then that whole process is going to be a lot less smooth. It's going to be a lot more energetic disruptions if you don't have no water. Basically, look at it like this. All of the electrical shit that we have in life is kind of fueled off of water in some way, shape, or form. I ain't no electrician and I ain't building no power plants, but just know all of that shit has something to do with water. So internally, the more water that you drink, the more that you have a electrical thing going on with you. So basically, I remember I had this download. Your lower chakras is your magnetism and your upper chakras is your electricity. So like the more that your thoughts is clicking, the more that you is drinking water, the more that you just mentally in the present moment, the more that you spiritually tapped in, and the more that you creating, the more that you got ideas buzzing, you getting downloads, revelations, and energy. Your mental electricity is going up. Clearly you can see somebody in the room who got the most highest mental electricity, who got the quickest presentation style, who's the most witty, who's the most ready and on point to say something or respond. They got a lot of mental electricity going. But then on the other half, and really you could look at this as a yin yang with men and women. Women is going to have a lot more lower chakra heat and magnetism. Basically like, yeah, whatever the fuck constitutes a woman being attractive or even a man being attractive, but that is more so your lower 3 chakras and your heat. It's your magnetism as opposed to your water or your electricity, your thoughts, the current. Because electricity is actually a very interesting element. It's not like fire, air, earth, and water. So is electricity more tied in with spirit, with that 5th element? That seems more likely. Because again, it's the 3 higher chakras. So food, on the other hand, that's your fuel. That's your gas. That's what you use to gas yourself up. And just think about it like this, y'all. The car is literally made off the human body. The car needs work. The car has a driver. You're the driver the same way we're souls having a human experience and we are the controllers and wielders of this human physical vessel. So you got to care for your vessel. You got to put fuel in it, water, oil, lube, whatever, to keep yourself working and going in proper condition. So yeah, when it comes to y'all diet, just know, have a balanced diet. You know, if you got some special dietary needs or some special dietary wants, you want to cleanse yourself out, you want to become vegan, you want to do this, you want to do that, then that's on you. But when it comes to having a balanced diet, just look at the whole food pyramid. They already got the shit mapped out for us. Get your proteins, get your carbs, get your fruit, get your vegetables, get your simple sugars, complex carbohydrates, all of that shit, y'all. But I really want to be real with y'all because I'm understanding that you got a certain amount of money to divvy up and spend on shit throughout the month, and you got to pay for your bills, your house, your car, your rent. So a lot of y'all may not have access to real good, high quality food, steaks, salmon, sandwiches. That shit, everybody got access to some type of piece of chicken, but all of the other shit, good vegetables, good fruit. Now, you got farmers markets. You got so many different places that you could go, all type of markets all around the country. You can go and spend $50 on all fruits and vegetables and come out with about 10 pounds worth. Real shit. And that shit can sustain you for the whole week. So if we really start to think better about our diet and about how we gonna eat, because that's the foundation, that's the root. Now, y'all know me, talk so much about freeing your mind. I don't really care to talk and think too much about the body and your physical life. It's all about your mind. It's all about you mentally. But what you eat does affect your overall, your physiology. What you eat does affect your overall physiology. It affects how you feel. So you want to pump yourself up with all of the food pyramid. Now, again, vegans choose to not eat meat, and therefore their physiology is different. The way that they perform, the way that they move, the way that they think, the way that they do this. I would say that vegans are less vampiric than meat eaters, omnivores, and even there's people modern day that's only eating meat. Like they only eating eggs and meat. They're not even fucking with vegetables and fruit, just meat and water. So that's real vampiric. That's like a fucking animal. And again, y'all, when I say vampiric, when I say we're all vampires, it's for the simple fact that to survive, you must eat. And then we're all just feeding off of other people's energy. You siphoning somebody's energy when you around them. You feeding off their energy if you just got their attention. And yeah, real shit. So I want y'all to know that, because I'm here to benefit you. I'm here to make you free your mind. I'm here to up and empower you, lift you up, raise you up, tell you the real shit. But a lot of people is just here to siphon your energy and your attention to get them some views, get them some likes, get them some money. But I want to make sure y'all positively benefit from watching my content. So when it comes to this whole food, when it comes to this whole diet, basically what I recommend, the CTRL diet, is just whatever unhealthy shit that you eat, whatever processed food, because like I said, some of y'all may not have the money to go to Whole Foods and drop $500 on a bunch of healthy food. Some of y'all may not have a lot of money to spend on food at all. So what you want to do is make sure whatever processed meat that you eating, whatever sugary sweets and snacks, processed food, balance that out with holistic vegetables and fruits. You can go get the vegetables and fruit. Don't make no fucking excuse as to why you can't go out and eat no vegetables and fruit. Because that's all it is an excuse. And you can also drink at the very least 4 to 5 bottles of water a day, y'all. Really, you want to be drinking about 10 to 12 or even a gallon of water, and even more. The more water, the better. But I'm well aware it fucking sucks sometimes living in a controlled society where you at work, you at a certain fucking station at your job, or you driving and commuting through traffic, having to piss. It's like, goddamn, this world is not in cohesion with natural, healthy living. This world is in cohesion with putting your body aside and putting your health aside and just going to go make the money, going to go get the cash, going to go do the thing that's going to make your future better. But it's not about necessarily sustaining and caring about yourself in the present. So that's what I want y'all to be aware of. Even women in this world that got to still work and go through their menstrual cycle. Like, that's kind of crazy, even though we don't have to work. So using the technical terms, you don't have to work, but women is subjected to having to be at a job while they on their period, going through all type of shit, getting yelled at, dealing with customers, having to stand in one position for the whole time. I think most jobs and most places in America is pretty lenient and is pretty fair. But ultimately, that's if you stand up for yourself. Let me make that shit clear before I go a little bit forward. You got to stand up for yourself out here. A lot of y'all got the type of mindset, like, I believe it's just like how we've all been programmed, but y'all parents dealt with y'all a little bit differently. Some of y'all parents dealt with y'all in a way that you felt like you couldn't speak up. Then you went to school, and then kids made you feel like, oh, if you speak up and you saying something wrong, you're getting bullied. Teachers might be making you feel weird for speaking up and speaking out. And then you start to go through life with this mindset like you need to just do what somebody else says. Nigga slash bitch, if you don't fucking use your free will to get up and go to the bathroom or leave a place whenever you need to for your own health, for your own sanity, man, it be people that be holding in their pee at a job because you got to finish a task. Man, if you don't go get fucking right, if you don't go get comfortable at all times, comfort is one of the main CTRL tenets. Just so y'all know, I made this thread years ago, but comfort is very high on my list. comfort comes before a lot of things. So a lot of y'all be working uncomfortable jobs, working in situations that's not in alignment, and you uncomfortable in your life. And that's not good. That's not what you fucking want. So yeah, do whatever you do what you need to do, but don't be afraid to get up and fucking leave. Don't be afraid to stand up for yourself, man. If somebody tell you, no, you can't go to the bathroom right now, you need to really reconsider whatever you've been doing up until that exact moment in life. If somebody tells you that you can't go to the bathroom right now, and even if you're in high school, if you're in college, man, don't ever go for that. That's literally like the first step of somebody testing you and seeing how much they can control you and fuck with you. Whether it's a manager, a teacher, a job setting, whatever. Your body comes first. Caring for your physical body comes first. You see clearly in this world, you got people that care for their car more than they care for their body. You got a fat dude hopping out of a big ass SUV, cleaning and polishing his tires, fucking putting a washcloth on a little scratch on the side of his car, making sure his shit is pristine. Like, bro, it's a car. But your own body is at the same time not as healthy as it could be. You're not focusing. Everybody's priorities is different. I will acknowledge that. I'm not going to say where people's priorities should be or shouldn't be or what's bad, what's right, what's wrong. But a lot of people put their priorities in either impressing others, doing what other people want them to do, trying to be liked and not step on nobody's toes. Therefore, you're not standing up for yourself. You're getting walked over, pushed around, somebody telling you what to do and how to do it. I want to make sure that none of my people is suffering and going through none of that shit. Even if you're not trying to be a full-on entrepreneur and be a business owner, investing in stock and trying to sell some shit, or trying to be an entertainer on the internet or of some sort, rapping, making music, man, some of y'all I know is just out here comfortable. You got a good job, you go home, you love your house, you love your life, you got kids, you got a family, whatever you doing. And you need to, at the very least, be hard and stand up for yourself. Make sure ain't nobody out here challenging you and thinking that they can roll over you, because people really don't want physical altercation. So even if you don't look that tough, some people still don't really want to fuck with you because they afraid of getting embarrassed. You never know what can happen when you get into a fight. Somebody can have some pepper spray on them, some mace, so you can get stabbed and get a fucking bottle hit on the side of your head. So people really don't want smoke when it comes to physical shit, but what they do want is to spiritually dominate you. They do want to put you at a lower position so they can be seen by their peers and everyone else around them as the dominator, as the person that just told you what to do. And a lot of people just get off on that. So it's a whole nother level for y'all individually that's working in these jobs, just out here in life, socializing, because it's always going to be a dominance hierarchy. But one thing that y'all can really do on the next level of spiritual control of your reality is to see that a person is getting off on getting on you or other people. See that a person is getting off on controlling and just telling you what to do. But it's all about how you feel internally about how that shit is going, how it's going to go. Because essentially, like, look at it from this perspective. You can control another person by letting them think that they're controlling you. But soon as you buck, soon as you react negatively, soon as you have to stand up for yourself in a negative, combative way, then you also giving them what they want. Because they want that verbal smoke. They want that spiritual smoke. They want that tension. They want your energy. They don't necessarily want it to get physical, and probably you don't either. But the more that you may be either willing to take it to physical, or the more that you're willing to walk away, will be the more power that you have. Or the more that your pride is not just hit and bruised. Your ego is not bruised by somebody telling you what to do or trying to dictate or be an authority over you. Because just remember, people get off on that. So you can just let them say what they want to you, then let them go about in their own life. Whether it's a manager, a parent, a coworker, boyfriend, girlfriend, let them say what they need to say to you, then let them go on with their own life, and then you just be chill. You just be at peace. But as soon as you start feeding into other people's reactions, starting to give them that energy, starting to boil some shit up, then it's just more room for conflict and chaos and energetic disruption, ultimately disrupting your peace. So again, y'all, what's the opposite of peace? War. And we live in a war society. And actually, we're all at war. The creators of this life have us in war with each other. Not the creators as in God, but just the men and women that manipulate this controlled society at the top and the highest levels. Families, billionaire bloodlines, et cetera, et cetera. They're at war with you. It's an active war on your mind, on your consciousness right now. All the shit that you go through, all the ways that this society goes, it is absolute mind control and it's absolute war. You know that because it's not peace. Peace would be freedom. Peace and freedom and love and happiness, that shit all aligns. But you know what war aligns with? Conflict, arguing. You can't go over here if you don't got this amount of money. You need this pass, you need this permit. So that's what life is all about currently in modern day. War. So you got to be keen on that. And then this is where you come to fuel yourself. This is where you come to eat good. You fucking drink your water. You eat your fruits and your vegetables because you know that you already in war. So you got to have your body performing at an optimal level. You literally just need to be strong. You need to be healthy in a sense. Healthy enough for your life. That's the biggest thing. But I'm going to just make sure I be keen and just let y'all know we are at war. Active warfare on your mind. And yeah, you see, I'm not even talking about World War III. I'm talking about the psychological war that goes on in America that also has us all as citizens mad at each other and not knowing the truth, and co-workers and managers and all type of shit just having asshole energy, being mean, being distasteful. Then it just creates a negative, poor work environment for everybody around. And it goes all across this whole world. But that's because we're all under psychological warfare under this whole planet. Boom. Make that shit very clear. So reeling it back to the food, reeling it back to the fuel. Okay, so if you might have to fucking eat fast food, you may have to eat out. You may not be able to buy the over-the-counter butcher meat. You may have to get some packaged food. You may have to get some sausage links from Target. You may have to get some turkey bacon. You may have to fucking buy a bag of chips, peanut butter, sandwiches. Whatever it is that you got to do to survive, do that shit. Just make sure you balancing it out with some lettuce, some tomatoes, some fucking bell peppers, some garlic, some lemons, some fruit, some apples, some oranges, watermelon, blueberry, strawberry, banana, pears, all of that good, healthy, alkaline shit. Put that alkaline shit in your body to make that electricity flow. Makes you have that water. Oh, at the same time, nigga, the fruits and water just help you shit better. It literally stops you from being clogged up. You can't move around and be at your optimum warrior self if your stomach and body is clogged up because you're not drinking enough water. All right, so that's that, y'all. The fruit and the vegetables literally help you shit. So that's what you need to be not clogged up so you can fucking bend over, do some sit-ups, jump, do a crunch, do this, do that. Now, you don't got to do it. I'm not here to fat shame at all. I'm not here to tell you what you need to do or be, but that's the root of fatness, not being able to shit. You literally just got waste and shit built up in your stomach, food and grease and all type of stuff. So that water, them fruits and that vegetables, it literally just starts breaking down everything and helps you pass the food into the toilet. And then you can be a little bit healthier. You feel a little bit lighter. You feel a little bit more free. But just remember, what you eat is very, very key to your physiology and how you perform and how you feel. The processed foods, it really ain't that bad because, you know, even the fruit and shit, who's to say if it's really organic, truly. But the processed foods that you got to eat, if you got to just survive, it ain't that bad, and you can build a lot of muscle. You can clearly survive off of it. And just know that the depths of it, like some people is out here surviving on just chips and candy. Chips, candy, and Gatorade and soda, all type of shit. But if you can actually get some protein, if you can get some meat, but if you can actually get some protein, get some meat, and then go to the store and get vegetables and fruit, you winning. You winning, because you ain't got to just survive off chips, candy, and soda, or homeless people that have an even harder chance at surviving. But you got food banks, and you got canned food, food that's wrapped in plastic. It's a lot of different shit that you want to just be mindful of and what you're putting in your diet. But I'm here to tell you that none of that shit is bad or wrong as long as you're balancing it out with fruit, water, and vegetables. Get them packs of salad, just stack up on a bunch of fruit, because fruit is actually relatively cheap. Like even at a grocery store, if you just go and spend $50 on fruit, you can get right. So let me just make that clear. Whether you go to the grocery store or you go to a farmer's market to stack up and load up on big boxes of fruit, you can always get right. And then water is actually infinite. Like, I get it. Maybe some fluoride in the drinking water. It's probably fluoride in the bottled water. It's probably fluoride in all of the water you could ever fucking try to find, unless you go into a spring. But then oh God, I don't want to get into all of the different zones of warfare that they got set out for us and how this shit just attacks our body, attacks our psyche, attacks our mind. Because that part of the game is very real. It's like every single thing that you can think of on this planet is literally kind of here to harm you. Yeah, it's benefits and positives to the shit. It's shit give you good dopamine, shit be feeling good. But a lot of things out here is here to harm you, keep you stagnant, keep you from making money, keep you from being a warrior, keep us as people from rebelling against the governors of this world, keep the power structure and system all in place. So, you know, just know that that's the real deal and that's the case. Let's talk about drinking water. I damn near wish that oh yeah. One more thing to add as far as drinking water and the benefits to it. As I'm reviewing and listening to the video, I noticed I left this part out. So just remember, y'all, the more water you drink, the more you heal your internal organs. Your heart, your stomach, your liver, your lungs, your kidney, whatever it is that you're going through, your muscles, all of that shit requires water. The more water that you drink, the absolute better. All right, we got the Almighty Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza. Shout out this dude. And also, one of the main concepts and things I remember when I think about Joe Dispenza is this idea of being whole. Being whole right now in the moment. WHOLE. Being whole. You're whole right now, a full, complete circle. Ain't nothing fragmented. It ain't nothing that we need outside of us. It ain't nothing that we don't have in the present moment that we can't use to create change and be great and be powerful and be strong. So like I was mentioning, the shit is all about water. Your electricity and water directly affects your pineal gland and shit. Like spiritual text will tell you that the pineal gland is the seat of the soul. So when I say you're a soul having a human experience, I'm always pointing them here because this is where the pineal gland is. This is your third eye. It's your imagination. It's your vision. We close our eyes, we see a bunch of shit that we couldn't see or fathom or even possibly do in this human physical realm. That's how you know you're more than this human physical realm. But let's read a little bit about water and its effect on the body and the pineal gland. So the other chemical the pituitary gland makes as the pineal gland is activated is called vasopressin or antidiuretic hormone. As vasopressin levels go up, the body naturally retains fluid, causing the body to become more water-based. This is important because if you're going to process a greater frequency, you need water to act as a conduit to better handle the higher frequency in your body and to then translate that frequency into your cells. The moment vasopressin goes up, it creates more stable thyroid gland, which affects the thymus and the heart, which affects the adrenals, which affects the pancreas, which affects all the way down to the sexual organs. So when we tune into these higher frequencies, we have access to different kinds of light, a frequency faster than visible light, and all of a sudden we become activated, greater intelligence within us because thoughts are faster than the speed of light. Super download that I had about a year ago probably on acid, just realizing that, damn, this is why time in itself is even more of an illusion because you can think like 5 to 10 thoughts in a second, damn near in a millisecond. So like our human potential and value of what we can do and what we can create is way bigger than this whole time system. I think that's just why certain figures and people get huge in life. It's because they tap into a certain spiritual realm of possibility and potential. And really, they probably not even, some of the people probably are reading a book like this, but not even knowing shit. Like, no one's really thinking about vasopressin and this inductor and this chemical in the brain and this neuroepinephrine, technical science word. No, we know to fuel the body with good food, good energy, drink a bunch of water, be happy, do your breath work, do your meditation, and just fucking go off in whatever your creation and your creativity is. So, you know, of course, I like to enlighten y'all and give y'all the tools to free your mind, give you the perspective to truly control your emotions in this crazy game of life and unpredictable chaos and change and shit that you can't control. Giving you the proper perspective to just allow you to control and shield your emotions. But beyond that, you still are living in this world. You still got pursuits. You still got shit that you want to do. So your food, the fuel that you put inside your body, and the water, how fast your mind is twitching, how quick you can pick up on stuff, how quick you can respond to somebody, how quick you intuitively diagnosing a certain situation in your head, then boom, you know exactly what to do. Boom, you know what to say to this person. Boom, you know what to do. Boom, you know what not to do. Boom, you know, let me draw back my energy. Let me let them do what they gonna do and let them do all of that over there. And I'm just be over here focusing on me. And then you know when to step in and be a leader, when to voice some energy, when to take control of a situation. That's all here. It's all the pineal gland. That's all you tuning and picking up into higher frequencies. But just imagine, y'all, a lot of this shit, and again, I blame more so, it's actually just a combination of the food that we consume mixed in with the entertainment and the energy and the ideas and thoughts that we consume from other people. So those two things, if both of them is bad, you got a pretty bad recipe, or a recipe for somebody to stay stagnant and not grow and not be living in the higher frequency of abundance and joy and happiness and enlightenment, creativity, all of those good things that we say we all want, all of those good things that we have access to. But our diet, and really I can say the lack of water is one of the main things. It's the lack of water, it's the lack of fruit, and it's the lack of vegetables. Because you could eat whatever the fuck you want, but as long as you balance it out with that, all of the greasy, sugary sweets and desserts. And yeah, let me say that, I eat a lot of that shit and I love it. My sacral chakra go crazy for some food. But what I do is balance it out with that holistic medicine, balance it out with that fruit, vegetables, and a lot of water on a day-to-day basis. You know what I'm saying? At your job, you got a water fountain or you got a water cooler. Shit, go out, man. Get you a case of water. Don't be scared of the plastic. Don't be scared of the plastic. I hope ain't none of my niggas scared of the plastic. Go get you some bottles of water, drink at least 2 of them in one session, and just, like, sometimes you may really want to just sit in the bathroom, listen to an audiobook, and drink a bunch of water so you can piss. And just let the energy and let it all flow out of you and then cleanse yourself. But you don't want to be uncomfortable. That's the biggest thing. I don't want y'all fucking driving around and having a bunch of shit to do and you choose to drink a whole gallon of water in that day. Like, don't do that. Really set some time aside to tune and care for your body, just the same way that you would set some time aside to tune and care for your car. Simple, 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 simple. Food is fuel, water is electricity. I love y'all. Stay godlike.